folks? It's Sarcasm Speaks, Jared and Bob coming at you. And wow, we have I would call it an action-packed day. Just all around newsworthy, noteworthy things. It's days like this where I'm mildly upset that this episode isn't going to be published until Thursday. But whatever, it's still going to be out there. And it's just great, right? We just got a lot of great shit going on. Dumb shit, great shit. It's a lot of fun. So let's get right to it. First things first. It was made actually official today. Tom Brady is officially retired. Adam Schefter broke the news over the weekend because he's a dickhead. And Tom Brady came out and was like, "Yep, nope, haven't really made a decision yet." So it made Schefter look like an asshole.
It was Jeff Darlington too.
Yeah. And then today, Brady was like, "Yeah, I'm retired." He made like this whole big Instagram post.
But locally, the big thing about this big Instagram post is he didn't acknowledge New England or the Patriots.
Yep.
Which then made fans unhappy because I think they wanted him by name to reach out to every person in New England. Like that's how it sounded to me. So
I think so.
I'll wait for the free cameo from Tom Brady addressing me.
Yeah. The amount of outrage like all over Twitter and Instagram and everything today
So
was
it's
hilarious.
hysterical. It's so fucking funny.
Yeah. Oh, so this actually, I want to give a shout out to Ian Finn, friend of the show. I talked to him earlier. I FaceTimed him earlier. Well, let's get things straight. He FaceTimed me earlier, but we went back and forth and we were going. I invited him on tonight because we talked for like an hour. And I was like, "Dude, like, do you want to just come on the podcast tonight?" And I go, "What are you doing at like 7:30?" And he's like, "Oh, I got to get my car washed."
At 7:30?
He's like, "I got to go get a car wash and I got to clean my car," because he has like a ride along from some girl from Super Coffee is riding with him tomorrow. And he's like, "I don't want her to get in my car and then throw up everywhere." So,
I mean, she might do that anyway.
Yeah.
I feel bad because he's probably not listening, but I would say this shit right to his face too. So Finn, if you do happen to be listening, I know you're listening. And if you're not listening, I knew you wouldn't be.
So he was telling me earlier that he was talking to some guy because obviously he's in and out of, stores all the time. And some guy goes, "Yeah, all we've done for Brady over the years and we couldn't even get the thing." And that's what he said.
All we've done.
I agreed with him. And so Finn's telling the story and he's like, "What have you done for Tom Brady?" Like, what the fuck have you done for this? Like, he doesn't even know who you are. And the guy was like, "Oh, we stuck by him for Deflategate." And then, so I turned to Finn and I go, "Okay, you stuck by him for Deflategate. Well, what would have happened with that situation if you didn't stick by him with Deflategate?"
He probably still would have been suspended the 4 games.
Exactly the same thing. He would have got suspended 4 games regardless. So you thinking that Tom Brady owes you something, like, no. And Finn is obviously awesome when it comes to this shit, but he referenced a scene in Mad Men when there was something going on and someone was like, "Oh, you never even said thank you for whatever." And John Hamm, his character goes, "That's what the money was for." Like, because he obviously paid someone. So Finn goes, "Yeah, it's like everyone's like, oh, Brady never even said thank you." And like Brady can turn around and be like, "Yeah, that's what the fucking trophies are for. Like, I won you dickhead 7 fucking Super Bowl trophies."
Dude, he only won us 6. Okay.
Yeah.
We only got 6.
Yeah.
That brings us to a tie with the Steelers, not surpassing them.
Yeah, that's tough. But, like all these people that are like, "Oh, I can't even believe it. Oh, that's bullshit." And like the people the people that are posting about it, like, oh, that's bullshit. I can't believe that. Everything we've done, like those type of assholes, you're an asshole because it doesn't matter. Like, was it kind of fucked up? Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I don't disagree with that. But like the amount of vitriol that was going around on social media today because he didn't fucking mention anything.
Well,
like,
Portnoy with his fuck Tom Brady emergency presser.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, what
You're
are you
a fucking
doing,
clown, dude?
You're a fucking, I mean, I haven't been a Barstool fan in years. But he's jumped the shark a while ago for me.
Yeah, I mean, like there's certain things he does, and then because I'm mostly neutral towards Barstool.
Yeah, I don't hate them. I just think
but I
used to be huge in Barstool when we were in college.
And you see, I didn't really pay attention to them until I don't even know, maybe Foreplay.
Yeah,
the Foreplay pod.
So when I was big into Barstool in college, it was because I liked the blog. Like I liked the thing. It was a sports blog. Like I enjoyed reading.
Oh yeah, their articles are unreadable.
Yeah, I really enjoyed reading what the people had to say back then. And
any article I've ever read from them is borderline unreadable.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it's like, you know, you got the Foreplay guys who I don't mind the Foreplay guys. I understand who they are and what they are. And I don't really listen to the podcast. It's not that good. Sometimes they'll bring on someone interesting. I mean, I haven't even looked in ages.
Yeah, I don't listen to any Barstool podcasts.
But then it's even like with it, it's like I hate to be this guy because I'm gonna sound like a snob, but like they get to do cool shit, but they don't do anything interesting with it.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, look, we're playing Olympic Club. It's like, cool, man. I'll probably never even be in the same state as Olympic Club. Like,
yeah.
Actually, I might be because I do want to go to Pebble still, but I'm like, you guys aren't doing anything. But then they roll out the Trent series, which if you never watched that, you should. Trent breaking 100. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, that was fucking sick. But then it's like I'm on Twitter and it's like Big Cat. And I think Big Cat's fine. But it's like, bro, I don't need your can't lose parlays and your game of the year. You're fucking preying on people. That's all you're fucking doing because you work for a company that owns a massive sports book. You're fucking preying on people because your bets are bullshit. The can't lose parlay, the game of the year, the follow Big Cat, boost this, boost that, fuck me in the ass with whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, bullshit. So fuck you. What is it? The PFT commenter?
Sure.
That might be his pardon my take guy. He looks like a fucking dork. I don't want to. I don't want to listen to anything he has to say.
Truthfully, I don't even know who any of these people are.
And anyone that's listening who likes,
I know Big Cat because he was an original. He was Barstool Chicago.
Yeah. So and again, so if anyone's listening and was like, well, I like those podcasts. Well, I hope I honestly God, I hope someone says the same thing about me. They look at it and go, I don't want to listen to this fucking dork.
Yeah.
Again, I don't want to listen to the PFT commenter. I don't like.
Yeah.
And it's like, have I given it a fair shot? No, but that's because there's like they haven't given me a reason to want to give them a fair shot.
Right. And
plus, like, do they come out every day?
I don't know.
I don't know if part of my takes every day or not.
I mean, I'm sure between everything that is Barstool, they have something that comes out every day.
Oh, they've got like a million. No, they got like a million things coming out every day. But I didn't know if Pardon My Take was every day.
Oh, okay.
Which whatever, that's really not that important. But if it was every day, there's not a chance I can keep up with that. But
no,
that's a different story. But yeah, like Portnoy. Oh, fuck Tom Brady. Dude, why?
Yeah.
Like, what do you be? And this is what I've been saying all day. What do people think? Do they think he's gonna when fucking 5 years passes and he puts on the fucking gold jacket, he's gonna go in as a buck?
Yeah, right.
He's been 20 years here, won 6 Super Bowls, and he's gonna go in as a buck. Is that what you think?
Yeah.
And what the fuck does he owe you? He doesn't owe you a goddamn thing. He doesn't owe you shit. You owe him more than he owes you.
Right.
He made football relevant in this fucking region.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like a lot of people our age, and myself included, right? I don't want to speak for you, but I would say pretty confidently, I can speak for both of us here, that most everybody like our age doesn't remember a time when football was irrelevant here, right?
The first year I remember is 1996, and they were in the Super Bowl, lost the Packers.
That's the very first memories I have of Patriots football are the 96 Super Bowl. I remember watching the Super Bowl at my house with my parents and being like, I don't really understand what's going on. I'd rather go play with fucking Tonka trucks or some stupid bullshit.
So I was 6 years old. They went to the Super Bowl. I genuinely couldn't tell you what happened. 97, 98, 99, 2000. I know Pete Carroll was the coach because Parcells left. And then 2001, they were good again. But
yeah. But if it weren't for Brady, like
they'd probably be irrelevant.
It would be absolutely irrelevant.
Like Bledsoe probably wasn't winning you a Super Bowl. Maybe with one of those 03-04 teams because the fucking defense was nails, but
yeah.
I don't know. If you don't have Brady, do you have all that?
Probably not.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I mean, it was Bledsoe good enough to get you one Super Bowl? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You probably out of those three, you probably get one total.
Yeah.
And his career is over by the time it was over.
Yeah.
Then you're on to the next guy.
Right. Right.
So
like, yeah, but he didn't say thank you. Fuck off. Dude.
Why would he?
Like, yeah.
Why would he?
Also, not for nothing.
Year after year after year, he took a pay cut. He
did the whole goodbye thing 2 years ago.
Yeah. So I know he did. And I know he doesn't owe us anything, but him leaving New England and Pats fans out of his retirement speech, he did that intentionally. He knew what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Or he has the worst PR team in the history of any PR teams.
Yeah, yeah.
Where he was like, oh, I'm still kind of mad at them from 2 years ago. Should I just fucking leave them out? Yeah, it's okay. It's no big deal. 2 years ago, you said something. No.
Yeah.
So he did it intentionally. He knew what he was doing. So I don't buy into well, he said goodbye 2 years ago. Like, no, he fucking, if he wanted to, he could have said something. So yeah, he's still trying to prove his point. He's fucking pissed.
Yeah.
And it's probably to Bill, because if you've noticed, everyone else has taken the high road and releasing a statement. Casario, Kraft.
Yep.
Whoever the fuck, former players, whatever. Nothing from Bill.
Nothing from Bill yet.
But Bill's texting Brian Flores.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently he thought B-Flow was Brian Daboll.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Not a good look.
Not a good look for who?
The Giants, the NFL.
It's really okay. So
I mean, Bill's 70 years old. So the fact that like he texted the wrong person, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. Like,
so I did have to do it. I left work at like just after 6.
Yeah.
I had to put on Adam Jones.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So Adam Jones, like, well, see, Bill can't even text the right Brian. Are you going to tell me he hasn't lost a step? And I'm like, you are such a fucking loser.
He tweeted that. I
saw. It's so funny.
I saw he tweeted that.
He's too funny. And because everyone's so pissed, he's like, he goes, yeah. And all you guys are so mad. But yesterday I tweeted and you guys jumped down my throat. It was welcome to the dark side. I was just here first. He goes, I was just a day early. Like, oh, he's great. But yeah, so Flores is suing the NFL.
Yeah, this is big.
So I didn't read all 58 pages because I don't have enough time to read 58 pages of lawyer speak.
Yeah.
He's actually suing. It's Brian Flores v. the New York Giants, the Denver Broncos, the Miami Dolphins, and John Doe NFL teams 1 through 29. So I feel like that's lawyer formality.
Yeah.
Where he's suing the whole league.
Right. But
he's only naming those 3 teams.
Correct. Yeah, that makes sense. Again, like you said, I don't know lawyer speak, but that seems like it at least makes sense when you say it like that.
Yeah. So why he's suing everybody is the lack of black head coaches or minority hires. And he does break out, and not, when I say he, I am talking about his representation. He's not sitting there typing up the complaint. The lawyers are. So he breaks out the stats for how many minority head coaches there are. I'm sorry, minorities in all positions, I believe, in the NFL outside of players. So it's like there's one head coach.
Yeah, it's just Mike Tomlin right now, right?
Yeah, I think so. There's like 4 coordinators.
Yeah.
And I don't even know. Like, so whatever. It's something like that. I don't know how many it is. I feel like there's more.
There's more coordinators.
Because I was gonna say you got.
I mean,
Todd Bowles, Leslie Frazier,
Byron Leftwich,
and
that's 4 right there.
What's 3?
3. I mean,
Mayo, but Mayo's not a he's not a
coordinator.
Fuck, is it only 4?
No, the Giants D coordinator. What's his name?
Where was he before?
They actually kept him on with the Giants. He interviewed to be the Vikings head coach. Fuck, I gotta look this up now.
Is Pep Hamilton still in the league?
I honestly don't know.
This is so bad.
Giants
Lovey?
Defensive.
Where's Lovey?
Lovey is in
with the big beard.
He's in college.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Let me see. Giants defense. Patrick Graham.
Oh, the Giants.
Patrick Graham is the Giants DC.
All right, so that's at least 4.
Yeah. Is Anthony Lynn a coordinator now?
Oh, he is, but he got fired.
Yeah.
So maybe that's maybe that's why it's only 4, because some of the guys got fired. Like Lynn, because Lynn was in Detroit. He got fired, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
He might have got fired. He might not have. I don't know my exact stats. I didn't pull it up either. We don't need to debate a stat that isn't right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the fact of the matter is there's not a lot.
Yeah, there's not a lot. And part of what he's saying is the Rooney Rule is fine, except teams are conducting sham interviews. They're like, minority candidates aren't really getting a chance. They're only getting interviewed to check the box. Bieniemy, he's a coordinator.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So what he's saying is the hiring process for minorities, it's a fucking joke, and guys aren't getting hired. Guys aren't getting legitimate opportunities. And I believe that's the watered down version of the crux of the lawsuit.
Yes.
So the reason he names the Broncos is because in 2019, before he signed with the Dolphins, he had an interview with Elway and whoever else in the front office.
Yeah, this part's hilarious.
So they not only showed up an hour late, they were also hungover, still drunk from the night before, whatever. And they were all over the fucking place. I believe they were described as disheveled, uninterested, not paying attention, didn't matter. Yep. They were taking Vic Fangio. Like, they already knew it, but they were really just, he felt by being there and the way that they conducted themselves that he was just to fit the Rooney Rule. And they never actually considered it.
Right.
The reason the Giants are named is because of our guy, Bill.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick. Congrats.
Flores. I have the text if you want.
Perfect. Go ahead and just go ahead and read it.
So these are screenshots from Brian Flores's phone with Bill Belichick. So Bill, sounds like you have landed. Congrats. And then Brian goes, did you hear something I didn't hear? Giants? Question mark, exclamation mark, question, exclamation, whatever. Flores replies, I interview on Thursday. I think I have a shot at it. Bill's response, got it. I hear from Buffalo and the Giants that you're their guy. Hope it works out if you want it. Flores response, that's definitely what I want. I hope you're right, coach. Thank you. The next text, coach, are you talking to Brian Flores or Brian Daboll? Just making sure. Bill's response, sorry, I fucked this up. I double checked and misread the text. I think they're naming Daboll. I'm sorry about that. BB. Response, thanks, Bill. So Bill Belichick knew. Let me see if I can find. It doesn't say exact. It doesn't say the date. It just says yesterday. Like because on the iPhone, it tells you like the date. So it doesn't give you the date. It just says yesterday. The original conversation started at 2:30 p.m. Um, when Flores asked, "Are you talking to Flores or Dable?" Bill didn't reply until 5 o'clock, and then Flores said, "Thanks, Bill." After that,
Which he said, "Thanks, coach," the first time. Then he said, "Thanks, Bill."
yeah, yeah. So Bill
You want to read
Belichick,
too far into it.
Bill
Yeah, he just blew the
Belichick
lid off it.
knew that Brian Dable was going to get hired by the Giants before Brian Flores even interviewed.
And when Flores goes, "Oh, I'm interviewing on Thursday," he didn't say tomorrow. He didn't say today. He said Thursday. That means he probably texted Belichick, or Belichick probably texted on Tuesday.
Yeah, you probably, early
if
in
not
the week,
before
Monday or Tuesday.
And then Flores, I don't know if he still went on the interview. I think he did. Because I was getting the defense. So at work, there are Giants fans and there are white people. And neither of which want to assume any fault.
Right.
So from the Giants side of things, let's go. Well, Dable got named on Saturday. The interview was on Thursday. Yeah, but you're missing the point where Belichick fucking congratulated him before the interview.
Yeah.
For going with Dable.
And before an announcement.
So let's just pretend it's Tuesday that this text exchange happens.
Right.
No, I'm interviewing on Thursday. Okay, cool. Okay. So on Thursday, maybe Flores still goes to the interview. I assume he does.
Yeah.
And then they announced the Giants announced on Saturday. It's like, no, see, we brought Flores in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you knew on Tuesday.
Right. If not sooner, because Bill found, like, if we're playing this game, Bill found out on Tuesday. So that means that the Giants might have known even before that. You know what I mean? Like in our hypothetical scenario here. So
yeah. And that's the thing. And then it's like, oh, that might be bad for
Bill doesn't work for the Bills or the Giants.
Correct.
So for him to find out what's going on, I am all but certain that when John Mara and Steve Tisch made the decision that they wanted Brian Dable, the first person they picked up the phone to call wasn't Bill Belichick. So
so I'm looking here because I just Googled Brian Dable interview and he had a second interview. Maybe this is how they're going to try to get around of it.
Yeah.
Or get around it. This was January 25th. Do me a favor. Check when January 25th was.
Last Tuesday.
When did they announce him? Last Saturday?
Saturday.
That's still before. So it was Tuesday. That was his second.
Yeah.
That was his second interview. Then they announced Dable last Saturday. And Flores was supposed to interview Thursday.
Yeah. So if they had Dable for his second interview Tuesday, and that's when they made the decision, and that's when Bill found out, then Flores was after that, like you just said. And then the announcement on Saturday after that. That's not a good look.
And then the other, what's the guy, Patrick Graham?
Yeah.
So then the other thing is I heard was, they didn't violate the Rooney Rule, the Giants. Of course they didn't. Why would they? They interviewed Patrick Graham too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're kind of missing the issue. The issue is Brian Flores is suing everybody for they're lumping it as racism. You can't just sue for racism. Like that's
right.
not something you can just sue for. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, what are you suing for? Racism. Under what grounds?
Yeah.
Racism. No,
Reparations.
It's like, why? Sham interviews.
Yes.
Not illegitimate chances, whatever.
Right.
It's
The
like,
claim
brought,
is that
they brought
already
Patrick.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they brought Patrick Graham in. Yeah, but Patrick Graham's already in the house. He's the DC for the team.
Right.
Like, hey man, you want to come down for an interview real quick? We gotta check a box.
Yeah.
Like, do you think Patrick Graham actually had a legitimate chance of getting that job?
Probably not.
No. And they're gonna retain him as DC.
Yeah. So the claim is that it was a bullshit interview. Like it was they violated, in a way it's a violation of the Rooney Rule because it was essentially a fake interview.
Right.
So good for Flores. He came out and sent out a statement, or released a statement that said, I recognize that I might be jeopardizing my ability to ever coach in this league again, but my hope is that this brings light to, the situation, and that we can make change for the better, something along those lines is what he said. And good for him. I stand by him. Like that's fucked up. That's bullshit. Like if he did show up for that interview with the Broncos and fucking Elway and the owner or the GM or whoever was just hungover and was like, oh yeah, what do you think you're going to do for us? Okay.
Yeah. Excuse me while I vomited in this trash can.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, obviously there's cold hard evidence here with the Giants thing. And then the other thing,
I would say the good point.
Yeah, that I like.
So the only thing the last piece, in which is why the Miami Dolphins were named. Now, I think what we're going to find from this is that the most important part actually should be the racism, the fake interviews, the bullshit interviews, like circumventing the Rooney Rule, whatever. Because like it even here, like Patrick Graham got interviewed super early on, so they didn't violate the Rooney Rule. But some of these teams, it's bullshit, and it's like you say you're trying to help out the Black community, and you're not. Yeah. Your actions aren't. It's still fucking white person farm.
Right.
Now, the Miami Dolphins are lumped into this, and this is where I expect actual punishment to come down. I don't know if we'll see anything for the other two.
Right. Unfortunately, I mean,
Elway
there might be.
Elway might get a talking to, and the Giants might lose like a fucking third round pick at most.
Yeah, if that. I was going to say there might be like some monetary discipline with those two franchises, if anything. Now, the Dolphins.
I would not be surprised if the Dolphins need to get sold from Mr. Stephen Ross.
Yeah.
Because there are two main allegations here. One is that Ross was paying Brian Flores $100K for every game he lost. The head coach of your team. It is in 2019.
Yeah.
You hired a coach to lose every game so you would get a better draft pick. And did we talk about this on the last episode? What two games the 2019?
That was on our text thread with Jones the other day.
Okay.
So the two, do you want me to go through that?
Yeah. So the year that they were tanking, the 2019 Dolphins beat the winning record Texans and winning record Patriots.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, the Bengals. Okay. The Bengals.
The last 2 weeks of the season, the Miami Dolphins beat the Bengals in overtime. And then they beat the Patriots in week 17.
Yep.
Those two wins gave them the 5th overall pick. If they had lost to the Bengals and to the Patriots, they would have had the number one overall pick
in Burrow,
because they would have had an equal record to Cincinnati or worse, whatever, but they would have lost on the tiebreaker. Yep. And then also the Dolphins had previously lost to the Washington Redskins earlier in the season. So if there were any sort of like schedule, like record ties, the Dolphins would have been locked into the number 1 overall pick because they lost to the Redskins, who had the number 2 pick that year, and would have lost to the Bengals, who had the number 1 pick that year, which went Joe Burrow, Chase Young. But instead, they beat the Bengals, they beat the Patriots, and they ended up with the 5th overall pick and drafted Tua over Justin Herbert.
Yeah. Now, there's no saying that they wouldn't have taken Tua anyway, because, I mean,
Right.
morons.
Yeah.
The guy was dumb enough to tell your head coach, yeah, I'll pay you to fucking lose.
Yeah.
But the other thing is nice and interesting. Stephen Ross also wanted Brian Flores in the offseason to speak to, I forget how he phrased it, but a high-level quarterback that was still under contract, wasn't a free agent yet, wanted him to talk to him, which would have been a violation of the tampering rules.
Right.
Which teams do get fined and do lose draft picks over.
Right.
So he wants Flores to do that. And he invites Flores to his yacht to talk about it. And just so happens that player is also going to be at the fucking marina, or wherever the fuck they were, where the yacht was. Oh, you can go talk to him. He's supposed to be here today. This is tampering. Like, this is fucking tampering.
Yes. Yes.
And wouldn't you know it, that potential free agent non-free agent quarterback,
right,
that they were talking about allegedly was Sir Tom Brady. Leading into before he was going to, move on to whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that. Well, not that specific. Obviously, that just came out. But I remember the rumors that Tom Brady was going to go to Miami because people were talking about he was seen with or was friendly with Stephen Ross. There was some sort of relationship between Stephen Ross and Tom Brady. And I remember like Tampa. So when Tom Brady went to Tampa, like, I don't know if people remember this, that came out of nowhere. That was like
a surprise.
That was like an 11th hour, like Tom Brady signing with Tampa Bay. And everyone was like, what the fuck? Like, what just happened? Everyone was convinced that he was going to go to Miami.
Yeah. It was like Miami, Tennessee, San Francisco.
Yeah. Those were the 3.
And then I know
Tennessee was hot too.
I know I'm nitpicking here, but it was like maybe in like the 8th hour, someone was like, I could see him going to Tampa too. And then people like, oh my God, what? Tampa? Maybe? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And then it was like, yeah, it's down to return to Foxborough, going to Tampa. I'm like, what the fuck, Tampa?
Yeah. Yeah, but it was the two biggest ones at the time was Tennessee and Miami.
Yeah.
If you would like, I wouldn't be surprised if you could go back and look at the odds from, that time. Tennessee and Miami were probably the 2 favorites. And then there it is.
Yep.
Brian Flores burning down the league.
Yeah. So Stephen Ross, I think, is fucked.
Yeah.
I assume he's going to have to sell.
Yes. Yep.
Because that is...
what would be hilarious? If Tom Brady bought the Miami Dolphins. Because there's been rumors that he wants to get into ownership. Like he wants to own a team.
The only problem is he doesn't have close to enough.
No, he would have to do it as part of a group.
Hey, he could get his buddy Trump.
Yeah. Imagine Brady and Trump buy the fucking Dolphins.
Dude, we would not be living in real life if that happened.
No, that would be the 4th sign of the apocalypse. Like that is like, there's no more questions. Like we live in a simulation.
Yeah.
Like if someone tries to tell me that we don't live in a simulation, you're an asshole.
And Trump. Yeah. Who owns the Dolphins? Donald Trump and Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
What? Yeah, but this isn't a video game. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, yeah, okay.
Yeah. But no, I would agree. I think I think Ross is fucked. I think if they can prove this in a court, then he's got to sell the team. Guys have had to sell their teams for
Yep.
other less. I mean, I don't want to say less and demean it, but like Jerry Richardson was a racist piece of shit. And like, was he also a Me Too guy, or was he just the racist?
Probably could have been. I mean, dude, he's a fucking billionaire. Like,
I think, yeah. So Jerry Richardson was the former owner of the Carolina Panthers. I know for a fact there was a bunch of racist things that happened with him. But there also might have been some sexual misconduct stuff. I'm not sure about that. But they made him sell the team.
Yep.
Because of that. You know, interesting that all this time somehow Dan Snyder has
he must be, I don't know who the fuck he has pictures of, or whose fucking foundation that he's pummeling money into.
Troy Vincent.
He should not. Yeah, but isn't Troy Vincent, what is he on the players? Not the players.
He's flip-flopped. He's moved around a lot. He was like the executive vice president of something in the NFL, and then he jumped ship and joined like the players union, and then he worked for like a team at some point. I think he's a weird one. He's playing all sides, so he always comes out on top.
Yeah, like I felt like he was supposed to be like almost like a player ambassador, but working for the NFL, and in return, he didn't really do a fucking goddamn thing.
No, nope. So I'm trying to think of
well, so I was thinking like almost all sports, like, because it's not too often teams get sold.
The owner of was it the owner of the Clippers?
Yeah, that was a racist thing too.
That was a racist thing. Trying to think of like some of the times that the teams have been sold recently. I feel like there was another one in the NFL that I can't remember. I mean, the Bills,
well,
the Bills was just
people
because he was
died,
old, right? He was, was it Paul Brown or somebody like that?
No, Paul Brown is the Bengals.
The Bengals. Yeah. Ralph Wilson. That's who it was.
Yeah.
I knew it was the name. It was the name of a stadium.
Yeah.
Because I know it's Paul Brown Stadium. It was Ralph Wilson Stadium. I think it's New Era now, but Ralph Wilson, he died. So then they sold the team. But yeah, I mean, it's not looking good if you're a Dolphins fan. Well, actually, I would take that back. It is looking good if you're a Dolphins fan. It's not looking good if you work for the organization. Because if you are a Dolphins fan, then hopefully you get a competent owner and you can actually turn the team around. Because he's not a
good owner.
You started to. Brian Flores, I think, is a really good coach. And he started to do some really good things with that team. But he got fired after back-to-back winning seasons. So that tells you a little bit what you need to know about Stephen Ross there, too, as an owner. He fired his head coach after back-to-back winning seasons.
Yep.
So
in Miami, a place that usually loses.
Yeah. Team that hasn't been good since the early 90s.
I mean, they're good, I don't know, twice every 10 years or so.
Yeah. Like they were really good in the 70s and the 80s, but then like
those teams in like the early 2000s, they were, I mean,
the Chad Pennington teams with Jason Taylor and
it's like the defense, like Sam Madison, cornerback, and I forget
who was their linebacker that was nasty, the white dude.
Oh, Taylor,
Zach.
God damn it.
Zach something? Zach Johnson?
No, he's a golfer.
He was a middle linebacker.
Fuck, what the fuck? I know Zach Thomas?
Zach Thomas. Yeah, Penn State, right?
Probably. He was a white tight end.
Yeah. Those defenses were really good back in the day. Unfortunately, they were led by Chad Pennington on offense, so
Patrick Surtain. Was
Yeah,
it
Pat
Patrick
Surtain.
Surtain and Sam
This
Madison?
the first.
Yeah, senior.
The senior, not the junior who plays for
Denver.
Denver. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, want to buy a football team?
I would like to join the group.
The Brady Trump group.
Yeah. Here's $37.
Yeah,
How much of the team?
nothing.
How much of the team can I get with that?
I just want to be involved.
Yeah. I just want my name on the ledger.
Yeah, I'm worth 0.02%.
Yeah, I'm an owner. You'd be like a Packers fan. Oh yeah, I own the Packers. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're a shareholder.
Yeah, it's a publicly owned team. You're just a fucking douchebag. Oh no, I'm an owner in the NFL. Okay.
No, you're a clown.
Yeah. You've spent at most $5,000 on a team that's worth 4.2 billion. Like,
yeah.
You don't own the team. You have a cute little piece of paper that you can hang on your wall that says you own 3 shares of the Green Bay Packers. Like, get fucked.
So bad.
Yeah.
So my Flores conspiracy theory.
Yes.
The reason that he's going scorched earth. And again, this is a conspiracy theory. Generally, conspiracy theories are wrong.
Yes.
But this would be fucking awesome if it happened. Kraft puts Flores up to this. Goes, hey, if you just burn the whole fucking league down, we'll bring you back. I'll give you McDaniels money. You can be the DC again. Because McDaniels is gone. So the deal that brought him away from Indy to come back, give it to Flores. And then DC for, I don't know, 3 to 5 years. And then when Bill's gone, Flores is head coach again.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are now saying it's like, whoop, Flores will never coach again. Flores will never coach again. Flores will never coach again. Well, if they do that, now we have a collusion case.
Right. Right.
It cost them $20 million to Kaepernick. What's it going to cost them to Flores?
Yeah.
So I do like the conspiracy theory. Kraft put him up to it, told him, hey, you do this. We'll bring you back. We'll give you the McDaniels deal. We'll give you real money. And when Bill's gone, you'll be the head coach.
Yeah. I don't hate that. I think that's great. I would, like I said to you earlier in Jones, I would much rather have Brian Flores than Josh McDaniels as a head coach.
Either way, I just want his fucking defense back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Send the fucking rocket scientist into the fucking space.
Yeah.
Put him on his own rocket and just like fucking shoot it off.
Well, I mean, people forget he's responsible for the greatest play in Super Bowl history. So he was on the field.
Yeah, he intercepted the pass.
Yeah, he pushed Malcolm Butler into the ball. If it weren't for him with his stupid little fucking pencil behind his ear, none of that would have happened.
Nope.
So,
so get rid of him, bring back Flores, let Kraft, handle it.
Yeah, I am 100% down for that. I think
that'd be so fucking good if that happened. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Either way, he's not getting it. Well, so here's the deal. Flores ain't getting a head coaching spot now. So
no,
I don't even know if he can coach or work for the NFL while also suing the NFL. That seems to be a conflict.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Because if you if you were suing your employer, I don't think you can still show up to work every day. Imagine suing Stop and Shop and still showing up to customer service. You're not just gonna fuck everything up.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if anything, you would just be put on administrative leave.
Yeah. So he's probably not going to take a job because of this pending lawsuit.
Right.
Which means then he'll probably have to wait to get hired again.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think if it were going to be anywhere, it would be New England, right? Why not?
Yep. And I also heard some rumblings that he will not be the only person in this case. Right now, it's just him.
Right.
But people are willing to throw their hat into the ring on this one.
Good. Burn it down. Like, that's what I mean. Like, it's bullshit. Like, if this shit is really going on, and I mean, because everyone knows too. Let's not be coy here. Be like, oh, I thought the NFL was on the up and up. No. These are billionaire white old dudes, except for Shad Khan. He's the only non-white dude. He might actually be the richest out of all of them, though. He's got oil money. But, you're going to pretend like there's no like racist bullshit going on when you got Jerry Jones. Has anyone ever listened to Jerry Jones talk? Like, yeah, like Jerry Richardson has already been kicked out of the league for racist things. Dan Snyder is a total fucking cockbag. Jim Irsay, who's been flying under the radar lately, he ain't no fucking peach either. He's got a massive pill problem. Hey, Quentin, what's up, man? Like, he's a fucking loser. Like, all these dudes are. Even Bob Kraft is no fucking saint either. He got popped at Asian Orchids getting a fucking rub and tug. You know what I mean? He had a smoking hot like girlfriend that was 50 fucking years younger than him, like 3 months after his wife died too. So like, let's not pretend that like these dudes are good people. They're rich white billionaire old dudes. Like, they're not, none of them are good people.
No, they're role models.
Yeah.
So someone just tweeted, and all it says, so because the Dolphins drafted Tua over Herbert, the entire league is about to be shook to its core.
Yeah.
Because that was the big thing. That's why Flores got fired.
Yeah, I bet you right now, Stephen Ross is like, fuck, I should have fired Chris Greer, the GM. Because if he fired, because that was the hang up, right? The reason why Flores got fired, it's been reported, is because there was too much tension between the GM Chris Greer and the head coach Brian Flores. So Stephen Ross had to make a decision as an owner. Do you want to back the head coach or do you want to back the GM? And he chose the GM. And
he probably chose wrong.
He chose wrong. Yep. Again,
never mind, because he was.
There seems to be a pattern here with Stephen Ross.
Yeah.
Again,
asshole.
Like I said earlier, this could be a good thing if you're a Dolphins fan, because hopefully you actually get a competent owner coming up soon. So unfortunately, it's probably going to set you back a few more years, but it's like, you take one step back to take 2 steps forward type of deal. So,
well, the thing is now, how do they hire a head coach?
It's a good point.
Like, people are going to be like, I'm not fucking going there. Fuck that.
Yeah. Well, you know what the rumor was, like, literally yesterday, was Jim Harbaugh.
I've also heard Minnesota for him.
Yeah. But I heard it was like all but done that Harbaugh was going to Miami, because I was under the assumption, again, I'm not an NFL beat guy, but I do write for ultimatesportsnetworks.com. You can check out my stuff over there. But I did a lot of research when I wrote about like the head coaching thing. And I was under the assumption that Brian Daboll was going to be the Dolphins coach. Like, everything I was reading, I was searching Twitter. I was doing, what is that? I guess you would call it meta-analysis, right? Because I'm not like, I don't have any NFL contacts. Like, I'm not Jeff Darlington or Adam Schefter. Yeah. Like, I can't just pick up the phone and like call these executives and like use them as anonymous sources. So I had to like analyze the stuff that was already out there, and everything that I saw I was convinced that Brian Daboll was going to be the Dolphins head coach, and he got hired by the Giants. So I don't know. And then I saw, and then it was, so he got hired on Saturday. So then yesterday on Monday, I started seeing a ton of stuff that Jim Harbaugh is now penned to be the next Dolphins head coach. But they should have fucking announced it yesterday if that's what they really wanted, because I bet you Jim Harbaugh ain't going to go there now.
I mean, I guess he still could because they're going to have to fucking give him the bag. But
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why you would want to if you were Harbaugh, even if they were going to back up the Brinks truck. Like, you're going to go to a franchise that is going to be tumultuous for the next fucking 3 years. Like, you're going to have to coach through that bullshit. I don't know. When you could just stay at Michigan,
I guess
where now your job security is great because you just beat Ohio State. So it just bought you an extra 4 years.
If you believe in the roster and the GM, then you can still go there, because truthfully, if those things are good, the owner of the team is kind of irrelevant.
Yeah.
It's not, but it is. Because if you like the roster, you like the GM. So if you think you can win there, if you win, the owner will shut up.
Right.
That's easy. But you got to win, and you got to think that the GM is fucking competent.
Right. Right.
Because if you need players, then you better get players.
Right. So a lot of crazy shit going on in the sports world. A lot of crazy shit going on in the regular world too. So there's this big thing. We didn't get to it in the last episode, but I want to get to it now. I'm actually glad we didn't get to it in the last episode, because there's been more developments, right? So there's been more stuff that's come out. I think this morning, even. Joe Rogan with Spotify. Have you heard that? Followed it at all? Do you know anything about it?
Today?
Yeah, over the last, I would say, week.
Last I heard is Neil Young and a couple other random people that no one gives a flying fuck about.
Yep.
They said, take my music down, or it's either me or him, or whatever. They basically gave an ultimatum, and Spotify's like, all right, later, dudes.
Yep. So Neil Young was the beginning. So I'll back this up. And this is why I said I'm actually glad we didn't get to it before, because now we have a fuller picture of what's been going on. So it all started last week. This was another thing I talked to Finn about today, which was great. And I wanted him on the show, but he had to get his fucking car washed. Whatever. So last week it comes out, Neil Young makes it public. He goes, I don't like the way Joe Rogan does his podcast. He's giving out misinformation. Spotify, you can either take down his episodes or you can take me off Spotify. Like you just said, Spotify goes, all right, cool, bro. See you later. He goes down. However, before I get into the Joe Rogan part of this, more news has come out. More light has been shed, I think is a better way to say this, about Neil Young. Recently, I believe like last year in 2021, he sold his catalog to a group called Hypnosis, I think is the name of the group. So it's just some music company, whatever. It's called Hypnosis. The parent company of Hypnosis happens to be this company called Blackstone. Blackstone is a massive corporation that has a lot of different entities, but its major one is real estate. Last year, I believe, it came out that Blackstone is buying up property because, and I don't know if this is a direct quote or not, but they're buying up properties all over the country because they want people to be perpetual renters. So this real estate company, if they own all the houses, they just rent people houses. So their thought is they make all the money, and then people never get to own homes. There's a lot of shady shit. We could do a whole 3-hour-long episode on that bullshit, but that's the gist of it. Also, the new CEO, or relatively new CEO of Blackstone, Do you know where he used to work?
Spotify.
Pfizer.
Oh.
So this is a little bit conspiratorial. I understand that because there's a lot of lines that have to be drawn and conclusions that have to be leapt to. But the CEO of Blackstone is a former Pfizer employee. Blackstone owns Hypnosis. Hypnosis owns all of Neil Young's catalog. So did Neil Young just come out and say, take my music off Spotify and censor Joe Rogan because of COVID-19 misinformation? Or was he kind of like nudged into it? I don't know. I'm not going to say either way, but there's lines that can be drawn in that direction. Part 2 of this Neil Young thing before I get into Joe Rogan. What did Neil Young do one day after being taken down off Spotify? He signed a massive exclusive contract with Amazon Music. Amazon has really good business practices, right?
Of course they do.
Yeah, they're known for it. They're known for how well they treat their employees.
They get us all our shit in 2 days. They're great.
Yeah. They make their delivery drivers shit in bags.
Yeah.
But we get all our stuff really fast, so we put up with it. So Neil Young signs a massive exclusive contract the next day with Amazon Music. So he made a ton of fucking money off of this. And there's ties to a former Pfizer employee into the group that owns his music catalog. I don't know. If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, I say it all the time. It's a witch. You got to throw it in the water. So that's the Neil Young side of it. The Joe Rogan side of it. Joe Rogan, the dudes, we've been on this podcast for, I don't know what, since like December 2018. So over 3 years.
Something like that.
So it all during the Trump presidency, right? So we've been on for over 3 years talking about, we call him Teflon Don. We said nothing can affect Trump. He doesn't give a fuck. You can say people can go after him for anything. The real Teflon Don is Joe Rogan. You cannot Joe Rogan is uncancelable. He's too big to fail, right? To quote fucking, big time bank economics. Joe Rogan is too big to fail. It does not matter. You cannot get this guy down. Why? Because he's a real fucking person. At the end of the day, Joe Rogan is not out there. We did a whole, I guess you'd call it a segment. We don't really do segments on this show, but we spent a good amount of time talking about Joe Rogan like 4 or 5 episodes ago when we were saying, I don't believe things because Joe Rogan tells me to, right? That was the episode title. Joe Rogan told me to do it. It's his guests that he has on that are interesting, that say interesting things, right? Like that's the whole thing about it. Joe Rogan is not out there on his fucking soapbox saying that the vaccines are bullshit and people need to not get them. He has guests on his show and he asks them questions and they have these beliefs that they're sharing. But people are like, no, Joe Rogan, he's killing people. Well, no one wants to talk about like the other people he had on. He had Sanjay Gupta on, who works for CNN. He had Peter Hotez on, who's a vaccine expert, who was very pro-vaccine. He's had so many people on his show that are pro-vaccine. The way this has been covered by the mainstream media, you would imagine that Joe Rogan does a show every single day telling people not to get vaccinated. Like, he's done a few episodes with a couple people that are controversial, but like, he's just a curious guy and he likes to ask questions. This is the same Joe Rogan that I think within the last 5 episodes, he did one with his friends, Shane Gillis, Mark Normand, and Ari Shaffir. Well, all 4 of them are professional stand-up comedians. They got absolutely fucking bombed out of their minds. They were super fucking high, crushing beers. Like, That was the clip that I sent to the group text of the guy that was drinking Bud Light and said that his COVID was cured by drinking Bud Light. Remember I sent that to Vinny in the group thing? Like that was an episode of Joe Rogan, like within the last month. Like it's just people getting high and saying stupid shit and drunk. Like, but again, the way the media is covering this, you would think that like Joe Rogan again does an episode every day saying, oh, down with the government, COVID's fake, vaccines don't work, don't get vaccinated, whatever. Like you would think you know what I mean? Like it's bullshit. They need a boogeyman because Trump's gone and they're trying to turn Joe
Rogan into Trump.
They're trying to turn Joe Rogan into their boogeyman because they need someone for their ratings, right? They need their ratings back because their ratings are so fucking low. It's just ridiculous, right? And so this morning, Joe Rogan put out this 10-minute long video of himself talking about just the situation in general. And at the end of it, what I liked is that he didn't apologize for anything that he said or having any guests on. He didn't say, I'm going to change, nothing. But what he did say in Joe Rogan fashion, he's like, this is what I do. I could have been better. If I pissed you off, I'm sorry. Like, that's what he said. He goes, if I pissed you off, I'm sorry. So that was the extent of his apology. He said he could be better moving forward if he has a controversial guest on to relatively sooner after that have a guest on with a differing opinion. So it's like that. Like he owned everything. He said exactly like he nailed it, right? Like he was very professional about it. But I also liked that he threw the mainstream media under the bus and social media, because he said like 3-4-ish different things that were along the lines of like, they claim that I provide misinformation. However, 8 months ago, if you had said you think that this thing started from a lab leak, you would have been kicked off of Twitter. If 6 months ago you had said you don't think cloth masks work, you would have been deplatformed off of all social media. And today it's all over CNN with the assistant director of the CDC. So he called them all out and said they have this claim of spreading misinformation, but people have been saying things however many months ago and got, taken off of social media. But now all of a sudden the mainstream media is saying exactly what they were saying that got them kicked off. So it was great. Like I said, it was a 10-minute long video. But so he came out and he was like, yeah, this is it. This is what I am. I could be better. I'll be better moving forward. But fuck you. He goes, if I pissed you off, I'm sorry. So good for Joe Rogan. Like I said, he's uncancelable. He is the real Teflon Don. Maybe it's going to be Joe Rogan, Donald Trump, and Tom Brady that buy the Miami Dolphins.
Rogan's gonna join the ownership group.
Yeah.
Who else can we throw in?
Yeah. Alex Jones.
No, too crazy. Too crazy, not rich enough.
Yeah. I don't know. Alex Jones makes a lot of fucking money.
You need to make
yeah, I know. You got to have billions.
This could be Chris Pratt.
This could be the opening for Bezos. I know he doesn't fit the bill of someone that pisses people off because they're too conservative or they don't fall in line. But I think that could be the opening for Bezos to buy the Dolphins.
Yeah, he's rich enough.
Yeah. That was my conspiracy last year. Remember that this was, to be fair, this was during the tumultuous time for the Washington football team that ended up being nothing. And
which
it was
fucking bullshit,
which is absolute bullshit. But during that time, my prediction was that Jeff Bezos was stepping down or retiring as CEO of Amazon because he was lining himself up to buy the Redskins or the football team, whatever. But obviously it didn't get to that point. So I'm gonna revive my old take and say that I think Bezos could potentially be a buyer for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the whole Rogan thing and the Neil Young thing, and there have been a lot of people that have come out. So again, Finn was telling me Trevor Noah, of all people, who runs the Daily Show, had come out to support, like a quasi support of Joe Rogan. So there's been a lot of people that have come out to support him. Obviously, the people that have always supported him are still supporting him. You know, guys like Brett Weinstein and Jordan Peterson and all those guys. They're obviously always going to stick with Joe. But it's cool to see someone like Trevor Noah kind of stand up for Rogan. Bill Maher, I think, has come out in support of Rogan. So you're seeing these people that are traditionally liberal and on the left side of the spectrum coming out and actually supporting him. So I think that's pretty cool. Because like I said, the whole thing is that, like, I forget who said this, but there was somebody that came out and said, instead of trying to cancel Joe Rogan, maybe the mainstream media needs to do some reflection and try and figure out why he's so popular and what they can do better to be more popular.
They'll never fucking do that.
Like, I don't know who said that. Was it Bill Maher? Maybe it was Bill Maher or I don't know, but it's like, why is Joe Rogan so popular? Because he's a regular guy, right? Like, we talked about it on the show before. Like, he asks questions that regular people would ask. Like, he doesn't try and he doesn't go in with an agenda. Like, if he has a cool person on his show that like just wrote a book, he reads the book and then goes, what did you mean by this? Or like, how does this happen? Or if it's like about like the cosmos, you know, if he has Neil deGrasse Tyson on, he's like, dude, what the fuck is going on? Like, are there aliens or they're not aliens? Like, he just has like random stupid conversation and he doesn't have an agenda. And he goes in with like genuine curiosity and he's a real dude. That's why he's so popular. And that's why people hate the mainstream media, because at this point, it's super fucking easy to figure out that they're lying to you. Like, the internet exists, right? Like, it's really easy to just Google and fact check things. Like Ian said in the episode, like 2 episodes ago, these NFL analysts are like, oh yeah, the Steelers, they got a great defense. A couple of flicks of my thumbs will tell me that the Steelers, in fact, don't have a very good defense. Like, it's very easy to fact check these things now. And, you know,
again, it's just fucking, everyone has gotten lazy. You know,
yeah.
NFL broadcast, mainstream media, they just gotten lazy. They just target someone controversial.
Yeah.
Instead of doing anything good.
Right. And now, I wouldn't even say that I agree with everything that Joe Rogan says, or I don't agree with all of the guests that he has on. Again, some of it's just for entertainment. Also, hey, I don't listen to every single Joe Rogan episode either. Like, that's a thing too, right? Like, if you don't like who he has on, you don't have to fucking listen. Like, there was some lady that was on recently. She was like a lawyer and like a spearfisher. And I was like, that's an interesting conversation, like interesting combination, but like, I have no interest in listening to that conversation. Skip. You know what I mean? Like, any of the ones he does where he has people from the UFC on, skip it. Don't care. Like, I like it. I like MMA. Like, I like the UFC, but I'm not a diehard. Like, I don't know enough to talk, like, when they talk about like a triangle or like, oh, he's got a great Darce choke or he's got the best fucking heel hook. Like, that means nothing to me. I don't really understand. Like, I know enough to know what that is, but like, the level they talk at is so far over my head. Like, I don't listen to any of that shit. Like, I pick and choose. Like, I listen to a lot of them, but I don't listen to every single Joe Rogan episode. And the ones I do listen to, again, I don't always agree with what he says. Like, there have been plenty of times where I'm like, Joe, you're an idiot. You're being an idiot right now.
What does he say?
Like, it used
to
be.
No. When you tell him he's being an idiot, what does
he say? Yeah. He says, no, you're wrong. I'm always right.
Oh, okay. Sounds like him.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's the other appeal to him too, right? Is that he admits when he's wrong. Like he'll come out and be like, yeah, no, I was totally wrong about that. Like, and he's cool. He's cool about it. He's like, I had this thought. Someone showed me information that I was wrong. So now I don't have that thought anymore. Like that's who he is and how he does things. And that's why people like him. Because they don't fucking die on the hill of, oh no. Oh, the assistant director of the CDC said cloth masks don't work. You still have to wear masks though. You have to wear a mask. Well, why? Well, because we've been telling you to do it for 2 years. So you have to keep doing it, right? Well, it's probably better than nothing. It's like, yeah, but they don't really work. Yeah, but if we say that if we admit that they don't work and then we tell people to not wear them anymore, that means we were wrong for 2 years. We can't be wrong for 2 years. We can't admit that we were wrong. It's like, why? People are wrong all the time. I'm wrong probably more often than I'm right.
I don't say things unless I'm right.
Yeah. But it's like, I don't know. It's just people fucking suck, dude. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. So that's the Joe Rogan spiel. Wow, there's a bunch more that I wanted to get to, but like I think we are approaching like an hour and 20 minutes at this point.
Yeah.
So we can go ahead and wrap this up. I'll save it for the next episode.
All right. Sounds great. So you may recall, and listeners may recall, approximately 3 months ago, you and I scootering through Charlotte, North Carolina. I take a tumble off, rip my knee to shreds, can't walk, whatever.
Yeah.
So that was about 3 months ago.
Yep.
I don't know, maybe a month ago. Shower, feet go right out from underneath me, fall right on my ass. No harm, no foul, but we're down.
Yeah, sick. Were you hungover too, to boot?
No, I think it was after work one day, so I was probably in a great mood.
Yeah.
You
almost would rather be hungover.
Yeah. Saturday, it had snowed. We were in the midst of a blizzard here.
Yep.
I'm walking Leo. Leo's probably 50, 55 pounds at this point, something like that.
Yep.
I'm wearing Timbs, which are supposed to be, decent in the snow, whatever. What I have found is they are not good on ice. So walking down the hill, down to the trash, trying to get this dog to shit because he won't shit in the snow. Right out from underneath me, fall on my ass.
Sick.
Monday at work, me and Chris are shoveling out the walkways and the exits in case of emergency. And we're out front. And I'm like, oh, I want to go out back. So I was throwing salt down out back, carrying like a Lowe's bucket. And I'm like, oh, I want to go, or that was up front. I go, I want to go out back. I want to hit by the dumpster. And there's another emergency exit that, again, not big issue, but I would like it not to be frozen over. So walking around, right out from underneath me.
Awesome.
Fall on the left knee. And I get up and I'm like, oh, fuck. Not again. So at this point, there was like a big blob of purple, which was the ice melt. So you could tell where I fell. Yeah. And I just left the bucket there. I think I tilted it back up, but I just left it there.
Yeah.
And so I limped my way inside. And Chris is like, oh, you ready to go? I go, nope. Went over, sat down. I thought I was going to puke. Like,
yeah.
Just one of those, like, when, like, something like that. Like, it hurts so bad you think you're going to fucking yak.
Yeah.
Someone comes over to me. They're like, you okay? I go, not really. Just fell. Might puke. Oh, you fell? How'd you do that? I go, it's fucking icy out. The fuck do you mean? How did I fall?
Someone really asked, how did you fall? Like, did you look outside? There's ice.
Where'd you fall? Oh, did you fall just now? No, I fell 3 weeks ago. I'm just telling you about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking about it now, so I might puke.
Yeah. Eventually, whatever it goes. Knees all cut up, bruised, fucking all the way through.
Sick.
Fucking disaster. So in 3 months, I have now fallen 4 times. I have no trust for Timberland footwear.
No.
I have no trust for Lime scooters. I have no trust for showers.
You got to get one of those old person fucking shower mats, like the non-slip fucking.
It wouldn't even matter. I'd probably miss it.
Yeah.
Still fall. And it's like someone was like joking around. It's like, oh, you like, oh, tripping and whatever. I go, no, motherfucker. I don't trip.
I slip.
I don't trip. I don't run into shit. I fall. It's different. And one was aided by alcohol in a 15 to 17 mile an hour scooter. I don't remember. What do they top out at? 15?
Yeah, probably 15.
Okay. I was to say, I think I remember 17, but I also was drinking and fell. So my opinion does not matter. So motor vehicle enhanced,
Yeah.
alcohol induced. And then I had slippery surfaces for the last 3. So
Right.
I don't
Right.
want to fucking hear it. I'm blaming the Tims for the last 2. Like I don't know. Like,
Yeah. So Timberland actually is a very terrible boot.
that's fine. I don't wear boots. I
Yeah.
only wear them when I have to walk through shit.
Yeah.
I assume I can fall on anything, but I feel much more comfortable wearing sneakers because I wear them every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even in terms of like the boot itself, I'm like, dude, like what would change anything? If I'm going down, I feel like I'm going down.
Yeah. For the
don't-
most part.
And it's like boots are so fucking heavy. It's like I don't really like walk. I like drag a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever. But yeah, so I'm just waiting for the day I finally split my fucking head open, and then all these falls really aren't my problem. I'll be like the fucking clown in Billy Madison.
Yeah, that's
So
quite
yeah,
the
my knee,
3 months.
So
4
yeah,
months.
now my left knee is fucking fucked up.
Good. Now
And it's
both
again,
knees.
it's just cut and bruised, but like I can't fucking walk on it.
right.
It's like this is insane.
So you have a bad knee and a worse knee.
Yeah. So I have a bad knee that I limp on normally, but that knee needs to support me right now to hold up for the left knee, which is bruised and cut, which will be fine. It's just a little fucked up. And then all things considered, it's like my back still fucking hurts because it was fucking fucked up from swinging. And then we got fucking 30 inches of snow, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
Which, so I wasn't supposed to be shoveling, but guess what? Duty calls wasn't going to fucking melt itself.
Right.
Just like, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
It's like every step. So like right now, every step I take fucking hurts. And like, whether it's my upper body or my lower body, like I can't even move. Like this is a fucking joke. Just like, you know what? I will take Matt Patricia with me, launch me into the sun, and I'll just grab him by the ankles so we go together.
Yeah.
Fuck me. So yeah, that's where I'm at this week is another fucking fall. Or actually, I guess 2 falls this week. One that counted, one that really kind of didn't. Plus, I think I fell in some snow. Cushion the impact.
Yeah. Snow helps.
Definitely
Helps
not
a lot.
snow when I fell at work on Monday.
Yeah. No, that was just
Who can I sue?
Pavement.
Who can I sue?
The owner. Chris.
Of the business or the building?
Just sue Chris.
For what? He doesn't have anything.
Yeah.
I know all of his possessions.
I know everything he has, and I don't want any of it.
I could maybe sell his golf clubs for about $700 minus eBay fees. It's a $619 fall.
Yeah. Sick.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. Everyone sues everyone. Who can I sue?
Yeah. I don't know.
Can I sue the landlord?
Sure.
Might be a good way to get kicked out of the building.
It's true.
Maybe I can sue him for the building.
That's an option.
I don't know. I guess on the other hand, I'm not actually hurt. Like it hurts, but I'm not hurt.
Right. Are you hurt or are you injured?
I fucking hate that.
Get back out there. Rub
the
some
same
dirt
fucking
on
word.
it. Yeah. Oh, not to youth sports coaches.
Yeah, but youth sport coaches are fucking morons.
Yeah. Are you hurt or are you injured? Listen, coach, do you really want me to like break out a dictionary right now and talk about the definitions? Because those are the same fucking thing.
Bro, give me a symptom chart of the difference, please.
Yeah. Yeah. I hate that. It's so stupid. Like that's such a fucking hardo comment. Like you're just an asshole at that point.
Yeah. You hurt or you're injured. Fucking, I don't know.
I'm always hurt.
It's all fucking subjective anyway.
I'm constantly in pain. Which one is that?
Why the fuck would I answer this? It's all subjective anyway. It's like
right.
It's like, oh, my knee hurts or my ACL is blown. No in between.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's no in betweens.
Yeah. I don't know. Am I injured? I fell. It's cut and bruised. Am I injured or am I hurt? I don't know.
Yeah.
It fucking hurts. Walking is compromised.
Yep.
Chose to do bounding today for work. Couldn't do those. Couldn't do them.
Yeah. Got some great 90-90 breathing going though.
I can do that.
Shout out to Total Posture Performance. Check me out over there.
I can push the sled. I did that.
Yep. Sleds are good. I like sleds.
Did I do anything hamstrings? Maybe not. Oh yeah, I hopped in the GHR. I mean, there's plenty of shit I can do.
Yeah.
So like that's the thing is like, if I was gonna sue, then I can't do anything. So it's like, oh, I thought you said you fucked your knee up. I'm like, yeah, I did, but like, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Like that's the thing is I could never fake, like even like say I got like rear-ended, like ooh, my neck, my arm, I think it's broken. Like I could never do it.
Right.
It's like, oh, why are you golfing? I'm like, I don't know, it hurts a lot, but I'm still doing it. It's like, oh well, if you can golf.
Yeah, exactly.
Must not be hurt. Well, what the fuck? It's like, oh well, you work as a sports performance coach. If you can work, you must not be hurt. No, dude, it fucking hurts.
Yeah, no, I'm in pain literally every day.
Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, I suck it up and move through it.
So I guess I'm hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know who hurt me, but I'm hurt.
I'm hurt, coach. I'm hurt.
Yeah, I'm hurt, Pa.
All right. Well, my final thought. We get some breaking news. Johns Hopkins has released a study.
I used to smoke weed with Johnny Hopkins.
The study is, I believe it was a meta-analysis, but still, it's a study that came out, and the title is the following: Lockdowns had little to no effect on COVID-19 mortality, but had devastating effects on society. To that, I say, no fucking shit. If I can quote Sexy Chris, because I sent him this article and that was his response was no fucking shit. Huh? Yeah. Yep. So study came out from the Applied Economics Institute. Said the COVID-19 lockdowns that were imposed by a variety of governments worldwide had little to no effect on COVID-19 mortality. The study was conducted by 3 different professors from around the world, and also found that lockdowns imposed enormous economic and social costs and are ill-founded and should be rejected as a pandemic policy instrument. They said that there's a lot of jargon in here, but they're talking about they closed schools, ban international travel. All of this is really bad. People were separated. So the way they did the study is they were separated into 3 groups, talking about like shelter in place, non-pharmaceutical intervention stuff. They categorize the whole thing, right? Like if you guys want to read this study, you literally just Google Johns Hopkins COVID lockdown study. Like I'm sure it will pop up. Yeah.
I already found it.
Yeah. So my favorite part of the article is
it's 62 pages long, though. It's longer than fucking Flores' lawsuit.
Yeah. So my favorite part is this in the article that's talking about it is, as the study noted, quote, a major purpose of lockdowns is to save lives, end quote. So did they? The study claimed to have answered that question with a resounding, quote, no. So they, this article they jump back and forth, like they have excerpts from the study and all this. So the cool thing here is that the study was conducted by professors from 3 different countries from around the world. One of them was the United States. The other 2 are pretty cool because we talked about this.
Tell me it's Sweden. Tell me it's fucking Sweden.
Sweden is one of them. Oh my God. Do you want to take a guess to where the third scientist is from? Because we talked about them in the last episode.
Who did we talk about besides Sweden? Fuck. New Zealand?
Denmark.
Denmark. Did I bring up my New Zealand rant?
So the three scientists are from Denmark, Sweden, and the United States. And they have, again, they did this whole big meta-analysis, and they found out that the COVID lockdowns had little to no effect on mortality, but had devastating effects on society. And it took us 2 years to figure that out.
Thank God. Wait, it didn't take us 2 years. It just took 2 years for a study to get published.
Yeah.
Thank God US was included in that study, because my big long fucking Sweden rant, probably wouldn't have fucking sucked too well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, now it's great that we got Sweden on board. Fuck yeah. Let's go, Sweden.
Yeah. Well, now I would look at that and be like, well, you guys have cited the Sweden study before about snow plowing being sexist. So clearly Sweden is a good example, right? So we have to listen to this.
Yep. We have to.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the first person to say, whoa, I mean, we don't live in Sweden or Denmark.
Yeah. So the other thing too,
I'm gonna get that little quote the findings, like the last part of the abstract. I'm gonna get that tattooed on me, I think.
Yeah.
Just so I can remember how stupid this fucking. You know what? It doesn't get any better. I was gonna say, just so I can remember how stupid it is. Don't worry, I'll be fucking reminded every day.
Yeah. So then the other thing, really quick, it's like as another part of this, it goes along with it, is the Toronto Sun, right? So everyone knows that Canada has been kind of fucked during the whole COVID thing. The Toronto Sun just posted yesterday, health officials are hinting at ending all COVID restrictions. And then in parentheses, it goes, and it's not because of the truckers. So we don't have to get into the whole thing about the truckers, but
it's because of the truckers.
It's because of the truckers. Right now, if you have to put it in the headline, it's because of the truckers.
If you have to specify it's not, it definitely is.
Yeah. So if anyone's listening that doesn't know what the truckers are in Canada, just Google that too and find out. It's a pretty hilarious story. There's a bunch of truckers in the United States planning to do the same thing here. They're going to drive all the way from California across to DC, and they're just going to camp out in DC. So it's a lot of great shit. A lot of stuff. Again, this is a callback here, to use a comic phrase. This is a callback to earlier with Joe Rogan, right? This is things that were said 6+ months ago by people that were called spreaders of misinformation that now all of a sudden is fact, apparently, because mainstream media says it. So forever, people like us have been saying lockdowns don't work. We've been called pieces of shit, grandma killer. What is that? Geriatricide, whatever that would be. People that kill old people. And now here we are. Johns Hopkins has said, yeah, they didn't work. Now all of a sudden the mainstream media is going to be, if they even report on it, right? They might not.
They probably won't.
They probably won't. So it's all stupid. Everybody sucks. I hate everything and everyone. So with that being said, that's going to do it for us. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, like, rate, review, wherever you're listening to. You can give us 5 stars now on Spotify. Again, subscribe, all that fun shit. Tell everybody you know about the show. We actually, I don't know if I'm going to assume it was potentially because of Ian. Also, potentially, maybe if you are catching the show because you also listen or follow the Growth by Sean podcast that I did a couple weeks ago that just came out last week. But a bunch of random states popped up on like our downloads list. Like we're all over the Midwest now. It's pretty crazy, pretty cool. Like Missouri. I was just looking at it earlier. Let me see if I can pull up the stats again real quick. I always like to give people shout outs because, makes them feel special. We got 17 downloads in Canada this month, all in the Ontario province. But yeah, we got new listeners again, Colorado, Nevada, however you're supposed to say it, North Dakota, which I'm a little skeptical about because I think North Dakota isn't a real place.
Well, it's military bases and one perimeter road, right?
Yeah. Washington State, Missouri, like I said, Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, Virginia, Kansas, Nebraska. So shout out to all you guys, all the new listeners. Big bump in California too. Welcome to the show. Yeah. Welcome. So again, wherever you're from, if you're from the Bacon Bets podcast or you're from the Growth by Sean podcast, whatever it is, or any other one, or you just found us randomly, cool. Keep spreading the word. Keep telling everybody you know about the show. If you enjoy listening to us, chances are other people will too. So you should tell them about us. You can get us anywhere you get podcasts. You can also get us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod, on Twitter at Sarcasm_speaks, or on Facebook just at Sarcasm Speaks. The website is up and running officially now. sarcasmspeakspodcast.com or sarcasmspeaks.com. I don't know. It's one of those. I'm sure they both redirect. I think I have both domains. Or I don't, whatever. Just type them both in. Are your thumbs broken? Fucking figure it out.
This is the equivalent of throwing the wallet at the fucking bouncer and saying, you find my ID.
You find the ID.
You find my website.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. You figure it out.
Yeah. It's sarcasmspeaks.com. And then thank you to grillyourassoff.com. Use a promo code SarcasmPod for 15% off your entire order over there every single time you check out. I love grillyourassoff.com. They're the best. Again, promo code SarcasmPod for 15% off every single time you order. Thank you to mybookie.com. Same promo code SarcasmPod will double your first deposit up to $1,000 over at MyBookie. So that's it. Until next time, good night, everyone.